Hello, this video presentation is about factoring with greatest common factor first and two special cases that will make your life a lot easier. Number one, always look for the greatest common factor. Every single time you factor, 100% of the time, look to see if there's a common factor. Then, 100% of the time, always look to see if you can factor more. So let's look at a simple case. 2x squared plus 22x plus 60. We look for a common factor. 2 is divisible by 2, divisible by 2, divisible by 2. 2 is my common factor. I end up with x squared plus 11x plus 30. I then look to see if I can factor more. If I look at my factor pairs, 30 and 1, 15, 2, divide by 3, I get 5 and 6. Divide 6 by 2, I get 3 and 10. And I run through my factor pairs, and I see that 5 and 6 work. So I have 2x plus 5, x plus 6. And if I do my double smiley face, 5x and 6x adds up to 11x, I'm good to go. So, that's all there is to it. It's just factoring basically twice. Procedure that must be shown. This step here must be shown. You cannot go directly to here and receive credit. You must show this step. Must show. Always. No exceptions. All right, let's look at one more case. All right, looking at this problem, 24x cubed plus 92x squared plus 80x, I see that I have a greatest common factor of 2x. Well, really, it's not 2x, but I'm doing this to show you something. And then we have 2 times 12 is 24x squared plus 2 times 46x plus 2 times 40 is 80. Now, we always need to check to make sure we had the greatest common factor also. 12 is divisible by 2, 46 is divisible by 2, 40 is divisible by 2. If we multiply 2 times 2, we get 4. That is the greatest common factor. And we take a 2 out of here, 6x squared, a 2 out of here, 23x, and a 2 out of here is 20. Now comes the fun part. Is this factorable? Factors of 6 are 6 and 1, 2 and 3. Factors of 20, 20 and 1, 10 and 2, 5 and 4. I'm going to start with 2x and 3x. Now, when I do this, remember, the number that goes here cannot have a factor of 2. Well, this one can't, this one can't, this one can't, so none of those work. This one can't. So the only choice is the 20 here or the 4 here. I'm going to try the 4, and I'm going to try the 5 here, and hopefully this works. 2x times 4 is 8x. 5 times 3 is 15x, which adds up to be 23x, which is what I want. Check. My final answer, 4x times 2x plus 5 times 3x plus 4. When you get your greatest common factor, always check to make sure you really have the greatest common factor. All right, let's go on to our special cases. The first special case is difference of perfect squares. This is the easiest thing to factor. If I have 4x squared minus difference is subtraction, 9x, 9, not x, just 9. This is a perfect square. I just say PS. This is a perfect square. So this is really nothing more than 4x squared plus 0x minus 9. You'll never write this. And when I factor and do my double smiley, I want 0. So let's try it. Square root of 4 is 2. Square root of 9 is 3. To make this a negative, I need a plus and a minus. 6x minus 6x gives me 0. I'm done. Difference of perfect squares is very simple. It's the square root and the square root. Let's look at one more case. All right, here we have 175x squared minus 7. Well, I see that 7 is a common factor. 7 goes into 175 25 times and into itself. 7 goes into 7 one time. Forgot my x squared. Now, square root 5, square root 5, 5 times 5 is 25, 1 and 1, a plus and a minus, and I'm done. That's all there is to it. All right, our last special case is perfect square trinomials. Perfect square trinomials. Perfect square trinomials look like this. 9x squared plus, I'm making one up on the fly here, which is hard, 4 and 3 to 12x. Perfect square trinomials. This is a perfect square. 3x times 3x. This is a perfect square. 2 squared. And 3x, this number, times this number, is 6x. If this is double this, it's a perfect square trinomial, and it looks like this. 3x plus 2 times 3x plus 2. 3 times 3, 9. 2 times 2 is 4. 6x and 6x is 12x. So our final answer is 3x plus 2 quantity squared. All right? If this is a perfect square, and this is a perfect square, and this is double the product of the square roots, our answer looks like this. It must be written like this, not like this. Okay? I want it like this. All right, let's do one more quick example. All right, here's our example. 4x cubed plus 20x squared plus 25x. Greatest common factor, always looking for that, is x. 4x squared plus 20x plus 25. Is it a perfect square trinomial? 4 is a perfect square, 2x. 25 is a perfect square, 5 times 5. 2x times 5 is 10x. 20 is double than that. All we have to write is 2x plus 5 quantity squared. And we're done. If you want to write x times 2x plus 5 times 2x plus 5 and then check it, you can do your double smiley face and then write it like this. All right, these two special cases, actually, you can factor without ever having learned them. All they're going to do is make your life much, much easier. All right, have a great day, and we'll talk to you later. Go Packers!